So today we have a 2015 Honda Odyssey. Brakes all the way around. He likes his stuff nice, so this is one of my favorite customers to deal with. No BS. Quality pads, rotors. He even bought the pin slide kit and said the boots were not available, just to try to reuse them. Most people don't even want to put rotors on it, so seeing that is awesome. This is a professional guy. He means business, likes his stuff particularly maintained. OEM Honda filter. We're just gonna hit that right there. Everything seems nice and tight. I'm really cranking on it to get it to do that. We'll check that out. Perfect. Ooh, first guess, 17. Spin this out of the way temporarily. Ooh. That's how you get it off of there without making a mess. A little on the dark side, but I mean, he is 3,000 miles before the dealer calls for another oil change. This is a flexible funnel. And just hopefully it's catching all the oil. It just runs down. And I let this drain for a while. See, look at that. Look at that. Now that would just dump right on the frame. So obviously what's super important is make sure that the oil filter has the O-ring gasket on it. And it's not stuck up there. If it's stuck up there, you're kind of screwed if you put it back on without checking. Some of these are a little difficult to see. I like to clean this off a little bit. White lithium grease on here. A little bit more than that. I've never had a problem after doing it where the seal sticks. Sometimes when you get a vehicle, it's a little bit more difficult to see the filter. Like I know on the newer Ram trucks, real tough to see. Make sure it's not cross-threading. And we are golden. Just do a hand tight. On stick, little high, perfect. We gotta let it get in the filter. Pump up the brakes a little bit. So we reset the oil left to 100%, and we'll put a sticker in there when it was last done. It's I like doing that for my customers, just so they know. I never know if it's however many miles they want to go in between. I don't want to determine that. I know a lot of cars are 10,000 now, and I'm getting oil that says it's good for 20,000. I like to do it at 5 to 7,500 miles. We're right in the middle of that range. Perfect. We don't want to go over. We don't want to go under. Boom! I try to get the screw, I try to save it, but it's not always possible. Sometimes you end up having to drill them out. That one came out pretty nice. Rear caliper bolts are 12 mil. Let's put that to loosen. We're not reusing these. I always recommend getting new hardware as well. It's very difficult to try and reuse this hardware. I mean, these back brakes are in pretty bad shape. It's gonna be 17 on the rear. These are gonna be tough. I had to pre-brake them out by hand. We got new ones for the rear. I like to clean these up because you get a little better fitment. This rotor off. Gonna plug that hole back up. Caliper bracket back on. Line this bad boy up. Gotta get that set screw in there. I usually do not whack them back in hard. Just leave it like that. We're gonna make sure this is centered. It's got these guide pins here, but sometimes, you know, not every vehicle has that, and that'll be scraping. So for the backs, I like to use this. This is actually a Blue Point tool. There's no model number on there, or I'd share it with you. But you see, you just kind of twist it. It goes nicely in. The parking brake's internal on the side of the drum, I should say, not rum. Nice healthy amount of anti-seize on here. A lot of people don't do this, but it just makes me feel better about these not seizing up. If these seize up, you're gonna wear out one side way faster than the other. And starting with the backs for everybody watching this video, just because the backs are usually the harder one. You know, they're smaller. It's easier to finagle a bigger pad, you know. Oopsie. So I like to get them in there lined up. Make sure you don't crush these alignment clips here. There we go. We're gonna install these clips. Where's the holes at? These are kind of not super awesome to always deal with, but in theory the thought is to kind of keep the pads from dragging. But if you don't do your prep work and keep these nice, make sure this isn't spun. That little spring is not gonna free up a frozen pad, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta keep these caliper pins free. There we go. So the fronts on here are also 14. These are 19s. It's nice, these come off pretty easy. Alright, we're gonna clean this up, reuse the boots, new hardware, pins, and a new rotor. See if the glasses are on. And where you had to heat this end up with a torch. These are still moving pretty good. But I mean, you know, like I said, we do live in the snow belt. I'm gonna try and save those. This one came out. This always goes at the bottom of the caliper. And that one's different for whatever reason. So we're gonna reuse that, we're gonna lube it up, because the new ones do not come with that. Let's get these bolted back up. Whew. Fully charged battery is a little scary on this. Snap these in. This is one of the nicer hardware kits in terms of vehicles, how it's designed from the factory. Just so you guys know, the squeaker always goes on the inside of the brakes. That's something I found across all makes and models. Sometimes they are a little bit, sometimes they have both. That fit in there pretty nicely. See, like I said, the fronts are usually way easier than the back.
Right here is one of my favorite tools. It's an expander. It compresses the pistons back in the caliper. It's a little hard to see. This one won't fit in the back, so I use the other style in the back. But this one works pretty good.
I never want to shortchange my customers out of their brake life. Yeah, that's nice. Right there. I'm gonna throw the bolt in this one just so we don't lose our spot here. There we go. Good. Good. $25. I am very satisfied with that. Now there is a braking period for this, for the brakes. They want you to stop from like 40 to 5, like 20 times in a row, and then coast. I typically do not do that for customers, and I let them know that I don't. Perfect. This thing stops pretty dang good. Stop straight.